Hello students, today's video is for binary files. In this video we will learn how can we write different types of objects in Python in the binary files. The objects like dictionaries, list. As we all know, in the text file we cannot write every type of data, only the text type of data can be written in the text files. So if you want to write a list of numbers or a heterogeneous data, then you cannot use your text file. Similarly, if you want to write a dictionary data, then also you cannot use text files. For such purpose we use binary files, and in this video we will learn a new module which we are going to use for binary files reading and writing operation, because all those read and write functions that we used in text files can contain only string parameters. And here in this example we will use dictionary, and that cannot be passed to read or write functions. So we have some other functions to deal with dictionaries or list of values in a module, and that module is pickle module. So this is the module which we are going to use in our practical. So let's start the practical. I am going to create a file, rather a binary file, in which I will store a dictionary data. So for that I will import the module which I just introduced, that is pickle module. You can give it a name or you can use it just as pickle. Here I am opening a file. The name of my file is suppose binary1, and I am going to open it in writing mode, and with B is for binary file. I told you that if you won't write B here, it will create your file in text mode, but I want the binary file, so I have to write B. It is not a default set, so you have to write B for binary files. Now my file is open. Let's create a dictionary here. Creating a dictionary with few values. Suppose first value is taking the ID of a person, then name, second ID, then again name, and so on. I am just taking two values here, two elements in the dictionary with two columns, key value pair. Okay, so key is the integer value, and here I am taking the string value for value. Now to write this dictionary in your binary file, there is a function dump. So with pickle module we'll use dump function. This P is for the module P I have taken here. If you won't take any name, then you have to write pickle, just like that. So I am just simplifying it. I am giving a small name here so that it will become easy. Now p.dump, what I want to dump in my file, I want to dump this D, that dictionary I have created here. I want to dump it. Dump means I want to write it in the binary file. This dump function will convert my data into bytes and store it in my binary file. So I have to mention where to dump this D. This is the object which I want to write, and where to write, I want to write in file binary1, which is handled by variable f. Okay, so this is how you can dump your data in a file. Now let's close the file. Just closed the file, run it. Now let's check whether this file has been created in the system or not. Binary1 file, this is a file, but when I open this file I will not be able to see my data. See, data is disabled. It is not viewed by us, but in my program I can view it. Suppose I want to see my data, then I am again opening it in read mode this time because I want to read data. Then I am printing. In the previous text files we used to use the function read, but here we will use another function, that is load from file F. You have to remember the arguments which are passing in these functions. In dump function the object is passed first and then you have to pass the file object. In load function only the file object is to be passed and it will return the stored object to you. Then simply close the file. Let's run it. You can see your data has been written here, which was not visible if I open the file directly, because the binary files are not for human reading purpose, so it is handled by the application only. So this is how you can see my data was written but was not visible in the file, but when I opened the file in reading mode and I printed the content, here you can see the whole data has been displayed. Now let's write my this is the single data which I wrote in the file. Now suppose I want to take input from the user one by one and write it in the dictionary. So let's do that also. Here I am creating an empty dictionary. Now let's take input from the user. For that I will create a while loop as we did in text file. Keep on reading from user and keep on writing in the text file. So I'll take input. I need two inputs. First one is for ID, second one is for name. So let's take ID variable. It is an integer. So input, I'm taking it like this. Then name. For name I will input directly as a string like this. After reading from the user, put this data in the dictionary. So name of my dictionary is D, and how can we write in the dictionary? The ID will become my key and name will become the value. Let's okay, then again ask the user for the choice whether he wants to continue. So let's take another input. Want to continue to enter more data. Now after taking an input from user whether he wants to continue or not, I will check if the user says no. If user says no, then break the loop. No need to read more input from the user. Now let's run this program. It is asking for the ID. Suppose the ID is 1 and name is Amit. Continue. Yes. ID is 2. Name is Deepa. Yes. ID is 3. Name is Geeta. No, I don't want to continue. Okay, capital N. Okay. Let's the ID is 4 and name is Hina. No. Okay. Let's read from the file. You can see 4 elements I entered. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all 4 elements have been written in my file and can be read from that file using this load function. You can print this value systematically also. I have just printed the whole dictionary in one line, but we can iterate it one by one and we can print it in better way. For example, here I am printing the headings first. So my headings are ID, and after ID, name. Okay, so I will create a loop here for ID in, you can take any variable, ID in, let's take a variable here because I need it in the loop. I am making few changes. I have stored the loaded data in Y. Here I will create a loop for Y, the dictionary element. For each element, print its ID, then give a space, and then print the value of that particular ID. So I have to write YID. This is the way we used to work in 11th class. So this is nothing new here. This is how you can print your dictionary. See? So this is a more generalized thing. This is how you can show your data column wise, which will look more readable. So this is an example of storing a dictionary and loading a dictionary from the binary file. Now suppose you want to make few changes to the dictionary, that is called updation. This is the stored data. Suppose user says I want to change the name of ID3. For that you can update your dictionary very easily. So let's update dictionary here only, or I just create a new program for updation here. Again I need to import this pickle module because for updation also you have to perform reading writing operations. So I am creating a pickle module, and I have opened my file in reading mode because I have to read it first, then perform modification, and then write the content again in the file. The same steps which we followed in text files. So I have opened the file in reading mode. Then let's read the content, for which I have to use the function load with file handler. So Y contains the whole content of my binary file. Now I can ask user which ID is to be modified. So I will ask user to put or to provide an input. So let's ask the user enter the ID for which data is to be modified. You can write the sentence as per your choice. Then I will ask for name because name is to be modified. Take input, enter the name here. Simply what you need to do, just take your dictionary Y and with ID this one which I have taken from the user, updated with this variable name. The new value is going to be updated. So this is how you can update it, or you can use the dictionary function update. You can use it also. It is also going to work for me. So it will update my data, and after updating I will write it in the binary file, but I have to open my binary file in writing mode first. Now suppose I want to do it like this. Plus means it will perform both operation, reading and writing. First I read the content, but I have to seek my file to 0th location because file has moved to the end of file location after you used this function. So seek 0 will move your pointer back to the initial location. Here you can start writing. So I will write here like using dump function you can write your latest dictionary in file F. Then close the file, run it. Suppose I want to change the value of ID 2. The original value was Deepa. I want to write Deepa Singh. Okay. Now let's run the reading portion. You can see the name has been modified, Deepa Singh, for the ID 2. So this is how you can update your data in the file. And for deleting particular value from the dictionary, you can use your function pop. So I will write few functions related to dictionary in the Dropbox. You can check from there and apply in your programs. Up to this you can practice. I can show you again the file which was created in the system binary1, which we are not able to see. You can see it is not showing the data which I wrote in the file, but when I print it here, the whole data is displayed. This is how the binary files works. So let's practice up to this portion. This pickle module is in your syllabus, that is why I introduced it in this video. So practice load and dump functions. Dump is the replacement of write and load is the replacement of read function. So with pickle module you have to use dump and this load methods. This is called serialization and deserialization. I must mention it. In pickle module what happens, whatever data, whatever object you are writing in a binary file, it has to be converted into binary way only. So this process is called, the conversion of your object into binary form is called serialization. So dump method performs serialization, and the reverse of that method is deserialization, which is done by load method. So this is how you can work with binary files. I hope you understood it very well. So please practice it at home and take care. Thank you.